I think one thing that we do need to change is to create this move away from personal responsibility in obesity. So it's not just people's choices that they're making every day that is causing this problem. It's about the food environment we're in. Yeah, we've got a few projects currently happening in Scotland. We're working with a chain of convenience stores to try and test different approaches to encourage consumers and customers to choose healthier choices in store. We're also working on a project to look at the different ways of showing calorie labelling on menus, particularly online menus. And we're also doing some work around looking at the different barriers and facilitators for out-of-home food options in Scotland. There's lots of people in Scotland doing great work around obesity and food environments. Obesity Action Scotland is one organisation who's doing some great research. We're also looking at working with Glasgow University, who have got a really active team of researchers there as well. And the main partners in Scotland are Public Health Scotland, Food Standards Scotland, and obviously the Scottish Government are very active at the moment. In the next 5 years, I think it would be great just to see a kind of broader shift towards looking at the food environment and particularly the food system, so where we get our food from, how people access it, what's available to people as well. So rather than just looking at it in quite a narrow way, like to broaden it out to the food system and actually what's important, what do we need to change and where do we need to make changes. Yeah. I think one thing that we do need to change is to create this move away from personal responsibility in obesity. So it's not just people's choices that they're making every day that is causing this problem. It's about the food environment we're in, and it's about the choices that people have available to them every day. So I think, yeah, just a recognition within the public, within policymakers, and within industry as well that we do need to make that shift. There's loads of books because it's such a kind of broad subject. I think one book I read recently was called Hooked, and it was a kind of potted history of the food system and how the food industry has influenced our choices and influenced what food is available to us over the years. It was quite an interesting read. I think over the past few years, obesity has obviously risen in people's minds, in the press, and policymakers' kind of agendas as well. So I think it is kind of becoming more important to those people who it needs to be, and also I think people are becoming more aware of the impact of obesity and the impact on their own health as well as on things like the NHS and the wider society. So I think there's a bit of a groundswell at the moment, and hopefully that will continue over the next 5 years.